আসসালামু আলাইকুম। অনেকের মনে হয় এটা একটা প্রশ্ন যে লিসেনিং এর মেইন এক্সামে অডিওর যে স্পিডটা সেটা কি একটু বাড়িয়ে দেয় কিনা? নাকি হচ্ছে একই রকম থাকে? তো এটার আনসার আপনারা আজকে পেয়ে যাবেন বিকজ আজকে আমরা 15ই নভেম্বর মেইন এক্সামের লিসেনিং এর হচ্ছে সেকশন 1 এবং সেকশন 4 টা সলভ করব। তো আমি হচ্ছে অডিওটা পুরোপুরি প্লে করব। আপনারা হচ্ছে কোয়েশ্চেন ওয়াইজ আনসারগুলো করেন অ্যান্ড নিচে হচ্ছে আপনারা আনসারগুলো পেয়ে যাবেন। মিলিয়ে আমাকে হচ্ছে কমেন্টে জানান যে আপনারা টোটাল কয়টা কারেক্ট করতে পারছেন। ওকে? সো যারা এখনো হচ্ছে কখনো এক্সাম দেন নাই তারা হচ্ছে একটা ফিল পাবেন যে আসলে এক্সামটা স্টার্ট কিভাবে হয়। মানে সেকশন 1 কিভাবে হচ্ছে স্টার্ট হয় এটার হচ্ছে একটা ডেমনস্ট্রেশন আপনারা আজকে পাবেন। তো লাইক করে দেন অ্যান্ড শুরুতে একটু বলে নেই ক্র্যাশ কোর্সের আমার যে নতুন ব্যাচটা আছে 26 তারিখ থেকে স্টার্ট হইতেছে। 4টা মডিউল যেখানে থাকবে পুরোপুরি আপনাকে হচ্ছে কভার করে দেওয়া হবে A to Z সবকিছু 50টা ক্লাসের মাধ্যমে। আনটিল এক্সাম হচ্ছে আপনাকে এখানে গাইডলাইন দেওয়া হবে। আনলিমিটেড টাইমস আপনি রাইটিং চেক করাতে পারবেন এবং আফটারনুন ব্যাচটার টাইম চেঞ্জ করা হয়েছে। এখন ক্লাসগুলো হবে সন্ধ্যা 7টা থেকে 8:30 পর্যন্ত। সো ক্লাস ডিউরেশনও অনেক ভালো, মানে 1.5 ঘন্টার ক্লাস ডিউরেশন। সো কেউ যদি চেক আউট করতে চান আমার কন্ট্যাক্ট নাম্বার দেওয়া আছে, আমাকে মেসেজ করতে পারেন অথবা কল করতে পারেন। সো আমি হচ্ছে অডিওটা প্লে করতেছি অ্যান্ড আপনারা হচ্ছে আনসারগুলো ঠিকমতো করেন।
Version 30677. You will hear a number of different recordings, and you will have to answer questions on what you hear. There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions, and you will have a chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played once only. The test is in 4 parts. Write all your answers in the listening question booklet. At the end of the test, you will be given 10 minutes to transfer your answers to an answer sheet. Now turn to Part 1 on page 2 of your question booklet. Part 1. You will hear a telephone conversation between a customer and the manager of a house-sitting agency. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 6.
প্রশ্নগুলোকে একটু ভালো করে দেখেন 1 থেকে 6 পর্যন্ত। দেন অডিওটা প্লে হওয়ার পর 1 থেকে 6 পর্যন্ত আনসার করেন। খুবই সহজ ছিল। জাস্ট একটু অ্যাটেনটিভলি শুনলে আপনারা আনসার করতে পারবেন।
Now listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 6.
Hello, Oz House Sitters. Adam here.
Oh, hello. My husband and I are going on a trip overseas and we'd like someone to stay in our house and look after it while we're away. Is that something you can help us with?
It most certainly is. We can take care of all the arrangements for you.
Okay, great.
Now, can I just get some contact details from you for the form? Your name is...
Jenny Hall.
Thank you. Now, what's your address?
14 Grey Street.
Is that Grey or Gray?
AY.
Right. And what's the suburb?
Greenfield.
Oh, I know it. And if I can just get a contact telephone number?
I'll give you my mobile number. That's probably the best one to use. It's 0491 577 248.
Thanks. Now, when did you want the house sitter to start?
We're flying out on the 25th of September, but my brother will be in the house for a few days until the 28th. So from the 29th of September, please.
I'll note that down. And how long do you want the house sitter for?
Well, I'll be attending a training course in Paris for 2 weeks, but we're also going to visit my niece in Singapore on the way home to Australia for a few days.
So, shall I put down 3 weeks?
That sounds about right. I think 4 would be too long.
Sure. Now, Jenny, can you tell me more about the features of your house? This helps us to match house sitters and homeowners.
Sure. What do you want to know?
Does the house have air conditioning?
No, we don't like using it. We prefer the fresh air. But last year we did put in a pool.
Very nice. And are there any other attractive features? Is your house near a beach, for example?
No, not really. We're about an hour's drive away. But we are close to a station, so it's handy for anyone getting into work and so on.
Okay, great. Now, if our house sitter has their own transport, is there any space for them to park?
Well, we won't be taking our car, but it's a large double garage. There'll be space for one more.
Okay, great. I'll note that down too.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 7 to 10. Now listen and answer questions 7 to 10.
And are there any special duties that you'll need the house sitter to carry out?
Oh, I don't know. What do people normally ask for?
Well, for example, one common chore is looking after the garden.
Oh, yes, we have an orange tree and an apple tree, which are both watered automatically, but we haven't connected the sprinkler to our lemon tree yet, so they'll need to water that one.
Sure. Now, Jenny, do you have any special requirements for your house sitter?
Well, I don't know if this is possible, but I'd probably rather have a couple than someone who's single. The house might be a bit too big for just one person.
Sure. Now, many of our owners ask for sitters without children. What's your preference?
Oh, that's no problem. There's nothing they can break.
What about smoking?
Oh, no. I can't stand the smell. Definitely not. Now, how do I know that my house is going to be safe with the house sitters?
Well, we check all of our house sitters very carefully. They have to provide references. But as well as that, you can ask for a police check if you want to.
Oh, yes, I'd like to do that, please.
Okay, no problem. That's all I need for now.
Okay.
That is the end of Part 1. You now have 1 minute to check your answers to Part 1.
Now, listen carefully and answer questions 31 to 40.
Today, I'd like to explore the concept of soundscapes, a term that refers to the acoustic environment we live in essentially. The sounds that surround us in any given setting, whether natural or human-made. The term soundscape was first introduced by Murray Schafer, a well-known composer from Canada, who devoted much of his career to understanding how sound shapes our experience of the world. He argued that what we hear is not just random noise, but something that carries meaning, often reflecting the character or even the health of the environment we're in. Schafer and those who followed his work divided the soundscape into 3 primary components. The first is biophony, which includes all the sounds.
Want to know your PTE score? Use our free score.
So sorry for the stupid YouTube ad. আমি পুরোটা হচ্ছে সেকশন 4 পুরোটা হচ্ছে আমি আবার প্লে করতেছি ওকে
31 to 40.
Today, I'd like to explore the concept of soundscapes, a term that refers to the acoustic environment we live in essentially. The sounds that surround us in any given setting, whether natural or human-made. The term soundscape was first introduced by Murray Schafer, a well-known composer from Canada, who devoted much of his career to understanding how sound shapes our experience of the world. He argued that what we hear is not just random noise, but something that carries meaning, often reflecting the character or even the health of the environment we're in. Schafer and those who followed his work divided the soundscape into 3 primary components. The first is biophony, which includes all the sounds produced by living creatures. For instance, birdsong, insects buzzing, and the croaking of frogs all fall under this category. The second category is geophony. This refers to natural sounds that arise from non-living elements of the environment. Examples here include the rustling of leaves, wind blowing through trees, or the steady patter of rain. These are physical phenomena that still form an important part of what we hear in nature. Finally, we have anthrophony. This encompasses all human-generated sounds, whether intentional like music or unintentional, such as engine noise, construction activity, or even general urban clatter. One of the key researchers in the modern study of soundscapes is Bernie Krause. Krause has spent decades recording natural soundscapes and has reached some fascinating conclusions. According to him, every sound in the natural world carries its own distinctive signature, a kind of auditory fingerprint. More than that, he's found that, when undisturbed, the sounds of nature demonstrate a delicate balance. They are generally in harmony with each other, especially in terms of loudness and frequency, which prevents them from clashing or overwhelming one another. Interestingly, shifts in a natural soundscape can tell us a great deal. In fact, changes in what we hear may be an early sign of larger environmental problems. For example, a sudden decrease in certain animal calls may point to alterations in the climate of that region. Similarly, irregular patterns in sound can also be a signal of pollution, not just noise pollution, but chemical contamination as well, such as the use of pesticides or insecticides, which can cause entire species to fall silent. To capture and analyze these complex sound environments, researchers today often use sophisticated tools like acoustic recorders. These devices collect audio data over extended periods, which can then be visualized into three-dimensional maps. Such maps help scientists to study sound patterns across space and time.
আচ্ছা, সো অডিওটা হচ্ছে ৩৯ পর্যন্ত এসেই স্টপ হয়ে যায়। মানে ৪০ নাম্বারের অডিওটা হচ্ছে আর আমি কোথাও খুঁজে পাইনি। যাই হোক, সো আমরা টোটাল ১৯ টা প্রশ্নকে আনসার করার ট্রাই করলাম অ্যান্ড নিচে দেখেন আপনার দেয়া আছে কমেন্টের মধ্যে আনসার দেয়া আছে। সো আনসারের সাথে হচ্ছে চেক করে আমাকে জানান ডেফিনিটলি যে আপনারা কয়টা কারেক্ট করতে পারছেন। সো থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ। অ্যান্ড ইয়েস, নভেম্বরের ১৫ তারিখের প্যাসেজ 3 এর ভিডিওটা আমি আপলোড করতে পারি নাই বিকজ প্যাসেজ 3 এর প্রশ্নটাই হচ্ছে আমি পাই নাই। প্যাসেজ 3 টা আমি পাই নাই। এজন্য হচ্ছে আমি আপলোড করতে পারি নাই। যাই হোক, যতটুকু পাইছি সবকিছু হচ্ছে আপলোড করে দিছি। অ্যান্ড আপনারা দেখেন যে আপনাদের এক্সাম আসলে কেমন হয়েছিল।